Hey everybody, Sean here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Brok the InvestiGator, going for the All Materials achievement. This one is going to be a side quest done in Chapter 3. You are going to eventually get to Shay's garage towards the beginning of the chapter, depending on how the story is going to go. This may be sooner or maybe later. But once you get here, you are going to have to talk to Shay to find some information about some stuff. In the midst of all that, she is going to ask you for some help. Make sure you oblige by helping her. So make sure you pick Help Shay once that pops up in the conversation. And then she's basically going to request that you find 6 different materials for her. Now, to aid you along the way during this side quest, she is going to give you a scanner, which is going to help you find these materials. You're going to use the scanner like a detector. Basically, it's going to get stronger the closer you are to a material. However, if you know the locations of all of them, you can just skip that process. However, you are going to need to use the scanner in order to pick the things up. Once you have the scanner, feel free to wrap up whatever conversation you need to have with Shay in order to progress the main story. And once you get control of your character again, you are going to actually find the first item in the garage. It's going to be in the bins in the back left corner right here, so just make sure you go up to it. You're going to want to open up your inventory, make sure you equip the scanner, and then just make sure you walk towards the bins. And then once you see the scanner icon, feel free to click on it, and then you should grab your material. So first one up is going to be this crystal. Make sure you pocket that, and then it's going to be on to the second one. Make sure you leave the garage, and then once you are outside at the swamp, what you want to do is want to make sure you go for a swim. So make sure you just wrap around the fence and then take a dip into the water. You are going to have to swim on to this middle strip of land right here. Once you are here, make sure you whip out your scanner, and then you're going to want to scan this area for the next item. It's going to be right here behind the turbine, so make sure you pick that one up. You should pick up the Solidstick Brick, and then once you have that, feel free to cross the water and then head back to the overworld. So just make sure you cross the bridge back to the map. Our next destination is going to be back home, so make sure you head in that direction. The next material is going to be the most frustrating one to get, simply because it asks you to play the Trasher Hunt minigame. So take the elevator up to the deck, and then make sure you head on inside. Then you're supposed to start the minigame, and it is going to be random on what prize you draw. So make sure you keep playing, and then hopefully you are able to get lucky enough to pull the material that you need. You don't need to use the scanner for this one, so just make sure you keep playing until you find it. It is going to be a pretty cumbersome game, as all video game minigames are. But just make sure you power through it, and eventually, if your luck turns out in your favor, you should be able to pull the item you need. So once you do finally manage the random pull, you should get it in the form of the precision clock, and then once you have it, we're going to leave. Highly recommend making a manual save here just in case, and then once we have that out of the way, we're going to take the elevator back down. Next material up is going to be in our apartment, so make sure you head that way and then head on inside. This one is going to be located in Graf's bedroom, so make sure you head on in there. He shouldn't be home, so you should be able to enter no problem. Equip the scanner and make sure you look in the bottom right corner underneath the bed. You should find the next material in the form of the Firsten Dust, and then make sure you pocket that, and then we're going to be off to the next location. Our next step on our journey is going to be over at the border post, so make sure you hit that up. Once you are here, you're going to want to take the elevator up, and then we're going to have to go platforming up to the ladder. Take the ladder up to the tippy top, and then the plank should still be here, so you should be able to bridge across to the other ladder. You want to make sure you head around the front of the pyramid, and then use your radar right here in this corner. And then right here is going to be the next item. These are going to be the DNA pearls, and then once we have these, we're going to make the long journey back down the tower. So make sure you head back the way you came, and then we're going to go all the way back to the map screen. Next item on our grocery list is going to be over here on Drummer Street. We're going to head all the way to the end of the street. You are going to want to look in the garbage duck right here. Normally, you would grab a collectible right here using the rubber cutter. However, if you use the scanner on it, you are going to pull out this. It's going to be the ice cream cake. Once we have that, we're going to head back, and then we're going to look for our last item. It's going to be found on Hacker Street. You should have unlocked this location after talking to Shay in order to find out about the gloom. Once we are here, we're going to head over to the back street. And then once you are here, you're going to want to use the scanner on the bundle of cables right here. So make sure you use it on there. And then inside this pile of cables, you should find the I/O cables. This does happen to be our last one, so we should complete our grocery list, and then with all 6 items, we're going to bring them back over to Shay at her garage. So back to the map screen, head over to Shay's garage to drop them all off. Make sure you talk to her, and she's basically going to thank you, award you with some cash, and more importantly, she should also award you with this achievement. So make sure you get through all of that, and then once you have unlocked it, it's going to be for 30 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.